Have you ever needed to go back and double check if you shut off the iron or the stove? If you were living with obsessive compulsive disorder, you might have these thoughts all the time, but feel the need to go back and check 3, maybe even 4 times before you feel confident that everything is off and safe. The 2012 Medical Encyclopedia described obsessive compulsive disorder as an anxiety disorder in which people have unwanted, and repeated thoughts, feelings, ideas, or sensations, which are obsessions, or behaviors that make them feel driven to do something, which are compulsions. This means that it makes people constantly think about certain things and they can't stop. These thoughts make them do things repeatedly until they momentarily feel that they have solved the problem. The thoughts, however, do not go away. Thinking clearly can become very difficult if it becomes too severe. Obsessive-compulsive disorder has many possible causes and a few possible treatments, and it can affect how people live their lives. The cause of OCD is unknown, but there are many possible reasons being researched. In 2010, Owen said that many theories attempt to explain the causes of OCD. One theory is that it could possibly be a genetic disease. This means that it could be passed down from family members. If this is true, then if someone in your family has OCD, then you are more likely to develop it or the gene. Another theory is that it could be caused by the environment around you. If you are in a stressful situation a lot, then you might start to do things to cope with it. After a while, these behaviors can become obsessive and you can't stop them. You develop this behavior over a period of time. The last theory that you may have had a traumatic event happen to you. When a traumatic event happens, the serotonin level in your brain can become unbalanced. Serotonin is a chemical messenger in your brain. If the levels get too low, then you can start to not think clearly. No matter how people get OCD, it is going to affect their daily lives in some way or another. OCD makes everything more difficult to complete. NIMH stated in 2011 that people with OCD feel the need to check things repeatedly or have certain thoughts or perform routines and rituals over and over. One thought that can get in the way of their daily lives is worrying about the contamination of germs. This causes them to feel the need to constantly wash their hands or use hand sanitizer. This can be distracting, just like me putting on hand sanitizer right now might be distracting to you. Another habit that they might get into is to check everything that could cause danger. They need to go back and check if things like the iron or the oven are off before they might start to feel confident that it is safe. Other sufferers of OCD might need to count or arrange everything they do. They like to have everything in their lives at a certain number or arrangement. They tend to be afraid of certain numbers and colors also. So for example, they might like even numbers, so they wouldn't want anything in their life to be an odd number. All of these things make living more difficult, so they are looking for a cure to make their lives better and easier. There are a few treatments being researched. Obsessive-compulsive disorder treatment can be difficult, and the treatment may not result in a cure, said the Mayo Clinic staff in 2010. One treatment that has had the best results is therapy. In therapy, they expose them to the source of the problem. For example, if you are afraid of germs, the best therapy for you might be not to wash your hands after you touch a door handle. So then, you can't use a hand sanitizer after you touch it, and you'll have to put that away. Others have tried antidepressants as a cure. This has helped some, but it usually is used with some other form of treatment for it to work. Another treatment being tried is to give the patient serotonin. This will help balance the serotonin level in their brain. If the serotonin is balanced, then they will be able to think more clearly and go on with their daily lives. As you can see, OCD has had many potential causes and treatments, but researchers do know that it will affect their daily lives of the people that suffer from it. Possible causes all have research and facts to support them. Many of the routines and rituals make everyday things much more difficult, but at least there is research being done in effort to cure all of the people that are suffering with this disorder. This anxiety disorder can be very difficult for the people to live with, but with a lot of persistence, it could possibly be overcome.